What's up, everybody? It's Twinkie. Welcome to my little house.
Bros before shows.
Welcome to, some call it a living room, I call it the man cave, because this is where I spend most of my time. As y'all have seen on our videos, I collect a couple things. I don't do as much as what Mark and what Scotty do, but I collect, I love Harry Potter Legos. I love anything Harry Potter. You'll see here in a few minutes. We'll go down the hall and it's just a Harry Potter wall. I've got random toys everywhere. Video game consoles, ball gaming. But man, this is where we hang out and we just kind of get away from everything. Play some games, watch some movies. Wrestling's on right now. That's usually what I'm. 90s wrestling and 2000s wrestling. I don't like the new stuff. Guys, we can talk about the DVD wall. So on the DVD wall, it was just an idea. I had boxes and boxes and boxes of DVDs from 2003 to about 2015. I didn't have satellite, didn't have cable, didn't have internet. So I bought 1 or 2 DVDs a week, and when Circuit City went out of business, I bought a lot from them because I could get it for cheap. And I came up with the idea of, why don't I put this on the wall? And my old roommate, he said, I don't know how you're going to do that. So what I did is I Velcroed them. Like, you can actually take them off, but every one of these has got the DVD in it. So if you want to watch something, they're in there. Like, and so that's what we do. If you can't find it on streaming, I more than likely have it on this wall somewhere. There's 2,500, I think, 2,500 DVDs is what I've got. That's just DVDs. That's not count video games. I've probably got another 100 and something video games over here. Man, over here, this is my little music area. Some of y'all who don't know, I am a musician. I've been a musician since I was 9. Started playing drums whenever I was 9, and picked up guitar at 12, and bass and piano. I'm all self-taught. I've never had a lesson. I watch and I play by ear. I even got my iPad hooked up to the TV so that I can have music and where I play some of the music. I ain't gonna turn everything on. It's too much to get everything warmed up. This is where I kind of hang out. This was a present to myself one year. This is a Tim Armstrong signature series acoustic guitar. It's got cat inlays and skulls, and this is my baby. I take everywhere. It's thin. Most acoustic electrics are not thin. They're usually big. Well, I have T-Rex arms, so I kind of don't like big guitars. And me and this little guitar, we have seen, I ain't gonna say we've seen the world, but we have definitely seen the United States. It has gone with me on tour. I've played in a couple bands. We've done a couple national tours. Didn't have any music that really came out. We did covers and a couple originals. Nothing major. I do play piano. I have so much music equipment that it's not even out. I got a ton of it in the shed. So one of my babies, I played bass for a couple bands, and this is my Epiphone Thunderbird Gothic. I put the lime green strings on it. It just makes it really pop. This is not an expensive guitar. It's about a $400 guitar, but I love it. I love it because I don't care if it gets scratched. It's only $400. It's It's kind of my little baby. This was my first bass. It's I got it when I was 15. First time I ever played bass, I went and saw a friend's band, and the bassist didn't show up. And they literally stuck a bass in my hand and said, "You know how to play guitar? Figure it out." So first time I ever played bass, ever messed with a bass, I was on stage learning how to play it. Ended up being pretty decent at it. Still, for those who don't know, bass is the easiest instrument to learn. It is the hardest to master. There's so many different techniques, so many different things you can do on bass that is crazy. Usually in this area, which I took them out, I've got a huge drum set, and I needed room for collectibles. I chose that. One more guitar I'm going to show you. This is another one of my babies. This is a Avenged Sevenfold Sinister Yates Custom. Custom is the Sustainiac pickup that's in it. At one point I had this up for sale and I really didn't want to sell it, but y'all know, economy sucks, trying to pay bills and stuff like that, but I ended up keeping it, and it's a beautiful guitar. It's one that I've always wanted, and now I get to keep it. I'm not getting rid of it now. I've got a couple down here that I've actually built, but we ain't gonna pull those out. We'll get to collection stuff. Those who know, I am a Ghostbusters fanatic. I love my Ghostbusters. I've got the original 80s line, 90s line. Some of these are the 2000, 2010 stuff. These are the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. I got those at the last show. Keith Wall had them. He was holding them for me. And I pick up little things here and there. I found an 801. This is kind of neat. So I was in one of the shops, and I was like, "Oh man, it's one of the old Viewmasters." Well, I got digging through the box, and the only card that they had was a Ghostbusters one. So I bought it, and now it's on my shelf with my other stuff. I've got the movies. I've got several copies of the movies on VHS. I've got Ghostbusters 2 on NES. I'm missing Ghostbusters 1. If anybody has it, let me know. Pez dispensers, original prop toys that they had. I actually, the neutron blaster that's up there, it's actually in there. So I've got two of those. I got one in the box, and man, I'm just so lucky to find some of that at some of the shows. Got a couple of things that are still carded. I got what comic books I find. It's got to the point now whenever I go up to our comic book vendors, they're like, "I ain't got no Ghostbusters comic books. I don't have any Ghostbusters comic books." But sometimes I get hollered at from across the thing going, "Hey, I finally got some Ghostbusters comics." So we definitely got those. I got a couple of the original ones, and then the new line that came out, and there's a coloring book, an activity book, and a Halloween book from it, and just little things I like. I've almost got my firehouse complete. I'm missing the pole, and if y'all didn't know, they have trading cards. So, man, y'all know me, wrestling's on. It started out back in the 90s with this belt right here whenever I was a kid. And this is a kid's version of the Cruiserweight title, and it's 30, probably 20, 25, 26 years old. Started out with that. Here in the past couple of years, I've just started getting other belts, and Omega level toys down in Slidell got me back into it. I came in his shop and he had these two, and I came out with them. You can see that on our C4, one of our C4 Explosion episodes. UFC. This is probably the most valuable belt that I have. It's a version 2. If I had the version 3, it'd be worth a ton of money. This is more of a common belt. I had to get the up, down, down belt. They do for WWE does. They'll actually pull up their game, and the wrestlers will actually compete against each other. And then if they win, that's the belt that they can win, which is pretty neat. I have pictures I ain't even put on the wall yet. We met her up in Huntsville. I hadn't got a frame for that yet. We get over to this shelf. On my Back to the Future stuff. Any little thing I find from Back to the Future, whether it be a button, Marty McFly's driver's license, I just kind of pick it up. It goes with it. This is my 80s shelf. My California Raisins. I actually found a VCR in the shed a couple of weeks ago, and I said, you know what, that's 80s. Let's put it on the shelf. My Alf, Swamp Thing, Nintendo. Somebody's gonna go, The Simpsons isn't in the 80s. It was. It came out in 89. More original Ghostbuster stuff. All of this is mainly monsters. And then this is monsters in vehicles. Everything I have up here is complete. I'm not missing anything with anything, which is pretty cool. Then I got old Ralphie down here that some people don't like. I like creepy things. He is definitely creepy. Ty doesn't like it by its spot because this is where Ty sits. Got my Teddy Ruxpin, a Transformers chess set. Some more autograph stuff y'all saw. I hadn't met Butterbean in our Huntsville show, so I got pictures with Butterbean and he signed up glove for me. And Brandon Routh. Pixel Dan, man, y'all know me. I love collecting, love everything. So I want to display it out. I want people to see it. Whenever they come to my house, I want them to be like, man, I remember that from my childhood. Man, I wish I still had that. So yeah, that's the living room. That's the man cave. So, man, this is my Harry Potter Lego stuff. And I'm going to be quite honest with you, I've only been doing Harry Potter Lego stuff for about 4 months. And I already have all this. Some things I've got on sale, some things I got for Christmas. Ladies, if you have a man that is like, in our culture, I guess you could say what we like, and you're like, I don't know what to get him for Christmas, buy him Legos. I promise you he will be happy with it. Even if he don't collect Legos, if you get him something Lego that he likes, he will start collecting Legos. And that's it. And my baby has come to join us. And you girl, yes, come here. This, and yes, this is her name. This is Bitch Kitty. She is 10 years. She'll be 10 years old this year, and she does not like being held. She is not a cuddly cat. She wants to be by you. She wants to be petted, but that is it. She don't want to do nothing else. No, I've got hair all over me. And she goes on back to my bedroom. I didn't realize how much Batman stuff I had. I've got some stuff in my bedroom, but I ended up having a lot of figures, little trading cards, some of the cars, and I was like, I guess I'll collect Batman. Not even realizing I collect Batman. I have some not safe for work things. I have a friend of mine that bought a 3D printer, and he thought it would be a great idea to make a whole bunch of these. I call it a Tyrannosaurus cock. And he leaves them in the hotel rooms that he stays in for the cleaning people to find. And it is hilarious. And I keep it out. For a long time, we were kind of doing like an elf on the shelf thing. We were randomly hiding it around the house, and if you found it, you took a picture of it, and then you would hide it. So yeah, back to Legos. They all connect together to make Hogwarts. So every time you buy one of the sets from it, it connects. And I have connected what I can together. I bought lights for it. I got a couple of things that don't have light like the borrow. They were back ordered on lights, and I'm annoyed because they hadn't come back out with them yet. Me and the kids have added to it and played. And yes, I play with my Legos. I don't care. I'll go through and I'll rearrange little scenes and stuff like that, and just kind of mix it up so whenever somebody comes over here. I just got Hogsmeade the other day. Did a thing for my cousin, and that's what he got me. And because Scotty said that I'm more like Raphael on the Ninja Turtles, I have some Raph figures. I have some original Toy Story figures from '95. But man, this is, and I keep having to buy shelves because it's so big. But yeah, this is my Lego Harry Potter stuff. Now to the dining room and kitchen. Yes, I have a TV in the kitchen and it's playing Ghostbusters because I was cooking breakfast earlier, and you'll see that there's still a plate of biscuits on the stove. And we decided to do Star Wars. I had so much Star Wars stuff I didn't know where to put it. So I started, I got a lot of stuff from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby has so much Star Wars stuff, it's not even funny. But then I started getting some of the ships at shows, and I hang them up. I've got pod racers over there. Slave One chasing this Millennium Falcon. It's chasing the X-Wing. I have my official Star Wars fan club here. Up here, thanks to Donnie for getting me getting me an Ewok village. I now Scotty and some of the other guys have got me some Ewoks to go in, and they got some retros and original figures up here. Some of the video games that I've had, I just stuck them up here. And then I've got R2-D2. And let me tell you, this R2-D2 is holding a beer can. So, and this is, I don't drink, I quit drinking 3 years ago. After I got diagnosed with cancer 3 years ago, I kind of stopped everything. But this is original, this is Mississippi Fire Ant out of Hattiesburg, Southern Prohibition, and I thought it was really, it's a neat can. It's got a big ant dragging people off and fighting people, and and this R2-D2 has a cup holder, and if I had him on the ground and had batteries in him, he would actually wander around the house. We got Mando and Grogu, thanks to Scotty and Brandon. Oh man. People hear me talk about my Jawa army and my Tusken Raider army that I've been building, but I've also been piecing together Jabba's palace scene. I've been slowly getting figures for that. I've got some of the pops. Man, I just came across a really good deal on some of them, and I open my pops. I don't care about the boxes. I want them out on display. I want you to be able to see what I have. I'm not that person when it comes to them. Just man, little stuff, things I've gotten off of the internet, off Amazon, and framed them. They're the patents of the X-Wing, the AT-AT, TIE Bomber, the one from the Pop, the snow one. We just, if it's Star Wars, I have probably bought it and put it on the wall. And then over here, I have my Legos. I had to build a shelf, all the Legos. I have some. All these are newer. I don't have any retro stuff. Man, that stuff's so hard to find, but I don't care. again with the Legos, it's very therapeutic to me because I can sit down and like Jabba's palace there took me about 5 hours to put together, and I lost track of time. Sat right here and watched Boba Fett on the book of Boba Fett. That's how I was doing it. Got original Lando with his card. This is a custom Death Trooper that somebody gave to Tucker, and I wouldn't let Tucker open it. But in a future episode, we're going to interview Jeremy Hunnell, and Jeremy does custom figures, and this does not show his work, but it does show his sense of humor. So I have a Mace Windu hand. It's in there when it got cut off, and he does the cards, glues everything on, 3D prints everything. He's done a ton of Fallout stuff. I don't know if y'all seen on our ball gaming videos. We have a 12 or 14 inch. We call him Gary. And he made that. Like, he 3D printed everything, he made the clothes, he painted it, he did everything. And when we get to that episode, you'll really see how good work that he does. So off kitchen is my kids' room. I get my kids every weekend, and so they kind of share a room in here. They're in here playing video games. We built bunk beds, and they have a little gaming area. Got a TV up there. Tuck's got his TV up there because I didn't think it was fair that one got to watch TV as he slept and the other one didn't. They have
Absolutely fair. Harry Potter.
Yeah, he's got his shelf of stuff, and he's got some original the AT-AT, and then in here is slam full of box of original figures, and like it's just their little home away from home, I guess you could say. Well, I mean, this is their home, but they're where they live about an hour from here with their mom. So, well, let's go see the rest of the house. The hall off the living room, man. It's this is what deemed as the Harry Potter hall, but I've ended up putting more DVDs because I have gotten a couple more. On the posters, these actually come from Britain because it says Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. It don't say Sorcerer's Stone. So when I ordered these, they came from Britain, which is pretty cool because I mean that was original. Philosopher's Stone was original, and they changed it for America. But what I did is I've gone through, and all the rooms off the hall are the houses. They each have their own flag. And then you got platform 9 3/4 here at the end, and I do not recommend trying to run through that. It will hurt. Man, that's about it on this. And then we go into my room, and most people are like, I'm not going to show my room. I do not make my bed up. I do not care. I'm going to get back in it a little bit later. So, and just little stuff. Again, more Batman stuff. And I know you're all like, oh my God, he's got guns everywhere. I do. Police officer for 13 years. I got guns. I actually have my bulletproof breastplate that I had. I kept it. I have a sword up here that I'm going to tell you about. My grandfather fought in World War II. He was in one of the first Army battalions that put their feet on the ground in Japan, and he actually brought back an officer's samurai sword that is now I've got it hanging up here. So that's something that I have of his. He passed away a month after Ty was born, and whenever he was in the VA and in the hospital and all, we used to talk about. I wasn't like, how many people did you kill in the war? I didn't care about that. At the time, I was already in law enforcement, and I already knew of the things that you go through, and I just wanted to hear stories of what it was like. What was it like over there? Was it how they depict in the books? Was it how did they? Yeah, you could adore me again. So, But yeah, that's a little piece that I have of him, and some autograph stuff. I've got I'm a musician, like I said, and I have been to a lot of concerts, and I thought that I had been to a lot until I met Jason Mapp. And Jason Mapp goes to a ton of concerts. He goes to a lot that I'm kind of jealous, man. But we fly. Me and my best friend Michael, we connected on music, and man, we have flown to Orlando, Cincinnati, Austin. That's not counting all the driving that we've done for concerts. Literally drove to Austin to Dallas from here, which is about 7.5, 8 hours. And we drove there, saw a concert, turned around and drove back. So got more guitars. I had a whole bunch more. I've sold some, traded some, and what's not in there. And then over here I've got Thor. Thor he is 12 years old. He is a big boy. I got him for my kid's birthday 12 years ago. He had just hatched, and he's a good snake. People are scared of snakes. No, he doesn't try to eat me. He doesn't try to eat her, even though she aggravates the hell out of him the whole time. She gets up on top and slaps the thing whenever he's out. And I got a painting over it that my mom painted. My mom is a big Bob Ross fan. And she would set up her easel, and she'd set everything up, and while he was painting, she would either try to follow what he was doing or do her own thing. And I grew up watching Bob Ross, and I regret not getting this Bob Ross figure. I saw it at one of our shows. I really wanted it, but I had my money and mind set on something else. And it's just a little thing I have with Mom's. She didn't even know I had got it. She's painted so many pictures, and this house is my childhood house, and I bought it for my mom. And because this is home to me, this is where I see as home. I've lived all over this country. I've been in Montana, I've been in Connecticut, Texas. I've lived everywhere, but I've always came back home. So now I have this, and when we were moving all her stuff out, I wouldn't let her have that picture. I said she can't have it. And then in my bathroom, man, it's kind of it's a Jack and Jill bathroom. It is an older house. It's built in the early 80s. But I have, man, set list and autographs and VIP packages and stuff that I have gone on. And I've got pictures with Flaw, that, and I even have a tulip gun. Which is funny. I literally have a tulip gun. Sorry. Because I ain't going out like that. And you get in the shower room, and it's all Batman and stuff. We got Batman curtain and stuff like that. You know, just it shows that when you're a single man, you can decorate your house how you want to. Some people think it's weird, but I actually have a TV in my bathroom. You know, why not? I turn it on whenever I get dressed, and usually have cartoons playing, and I like DuckTales in the morning. So we're outside now. Man, I used to have a whole bunch of different stuff. I've built a couple of race cars and stuff, but all I got now is a 2013 Tahoe. We needed something way bigger for all of us to ride together and go to shows, and my little two-door Honda wasn't going to cut it. Y'all seen my boys, y'all seen how big they are, and they don't quite fit in it. You're probably like, I need to do some yard work. Well, yeah, probably, but I'm gonna wait for all these little things to finish falling, and because it is springtime here. And then I have the ball gaming truck. It has been an adventure with it. I have enjoyed every minute of it. Me and Will put a lot of work into it. But it is officially for sale. The truck, you can either buy the truck by itself, or you can buy the truck and equipment, start a gaming business the next day. I want to see this truck succeed. And people are like, why aren't you selling it? Was it not doing good? No, it did great. But as y'all can see, I do a lot. I work full time. We have Bros Before shows. We have our toy shows. We have everything that we go to, and I can't devote the time that I wanted to this. And I hope somebody gets it that can devote the time to it to make it more successful than what I did. But we'll take a little look around. I went around and I put lights all the way. We worked one night party and realized we needed lights. So we put lights all the way around it. There's plugs. TVs mount here where we can plug it in. Usually we put TVs and tables and tents up. And it on days like today, man, we wouldn't even put the tents up. Don't need them. But you come in and it's a little dirty right now because we have been working out of it, but we have done so much work to it. You ain't getting nowhere fast in this thing. You can see it's a standard, and we put a haul-out head on it. It does about 55 miles an hour comfortably. It was not meant for speed. It's meant for hauling potato chips. It's a potato chip truck. So, but yeah, this is the ball gaming truck. It's here in the front yard, and we had a lot of stuff done on it. These were 3D printed for us. Some more stuff on the front that we had 3D printed. It needs to be washed, but it will be washed before the next show. This is actually was on one of the buildings from Fallout 4, and I thought it was really cool. It would make a cool hood ornament. 3D printed. I've LED'd everything but these two lights. I just can't find any. We have outside speakers. Every time I find something fall out, I try to keep it in the windshield, and when people pass by, they're always taking pictures, flagging me down. I'll be pumping fuel and people coming up taking pictures. But man, it has been a journey. I have loved it all. And you're probably wondering, like, why would you just set that in the front yard? Well, I have cameras everywhere. I've got 16 cameras on this house. 8 cameras watch this truck. You can't get near this truck and my phone not get notified. But man, that's my little house. These are both vehicles that I got for now, and man, I thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming by. Thank you for stopping. But now you're gonna have to get the hell off my property and be gone. Go. Get the hell out before I get the trench gun at you. Gone. Scat. Bye. Go. Go.